Hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, traders and investors. This is Alex from MarketWise Asia. I can start to see people are already streaming in. Okay, so if you can hear me, see me loud and clear, everything is fine. Okay, just say a hi to me in the chat box. Oops, sorry, I on the webinar over there. Okay. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, we are going to start the webinar real soon. So once again, Alex from MarketWise Asia. So thanks, Alex Cole, okay, Edmund Wong. By the way, right, so the chat is set to everyone. So if you want people to see your chat, okay, please send to everyone, okay, instead of just host and panelists. So if you just send to host and panelists, only me and later Jay can see only. The rest of the people can't see. So we are quite chill so we allow people to interact with the session, let people see some of the chats, etc. Because I know that some of the so-called webinars, right, the host doesn't allow people to chat so we are pretty chill. So once again, don't be shy. This is there are more than about right now there are more than about 80 people already. So say a hi to me in the chat, Tarun. Okay, say a hi, don't be shy. By the way, if this is the first time, okay, you are attending such webinar from MarketWise Asia, or you missed the Market Insights Virtual Summit, or this is the first time you are hearing J Tune, okay, just type number 1 in the comments. Just type number 1 in the comments so that we know who are the people really new over there. Okay, just type 1 if this is the first time you are hearing us, MarketWise Asia or J-Tune, just type 1. Okay, hello, Caroline. Hello, Peter. Hello, Benidos. Okay, I can't see the name. Is it Fu Shaohua? Okay, fantastic. Hey, by the way, once again, send to everyone instead of just hosts and panelists. Okay, we are starting real soon. Okay, so just a very quick intro first. Okay, by the way, in case you are mistaken, this is a investing and trading webinar, not a yoga session or what. So you know what you are here for, right? So this is a learning session today. So today, of course, the speakers will be J-Tune. So for those, I can see quite a number of 1 over there. So for those who are new to Jay, okay, just a very quick introduction of Jay. Okay, so Jay followed his passion and embarked on his trading journey in 2009 and reading dozens of books and attended numerous programs. He has found consistency and has been trading independently for the past 10 years and has been trading the market actively since 2011 and is well versed in equities, options, and index trading. And having traded each of these market extensively, he built his trading philosophy on the concept of consistency. Okay, so for those who don't know, I'm actually a very good friend of Jay. So I call him stock god, Wu Shen, because he really have a very deep understanding of the market. And a lot of times, like when he so-called predict what the market will do, the market tends to go his direction. Okay, so he definitely know his stuff. And today you're in for a treat. Okay, and so today's webinar will be sharing with you the riding the wave. Okay, he'll be sharing with you the momentum stocks in the US amid presidential election and also the rate cuts. And you guys should know, okay, there's a turn of event in the US presidential election. Okay, Joe Biden, it is out of the race, and the VP, okay, Kamala Harris, okay, is now thrown into the spotlight and is competing, okay, with Trump, okay, to be the next president. Okay, just a quick show of hand. How many of you think that Trump will win? If you think Trump will win, just type T in the comments. If you think that Kamala will win, okay, just type K in the comments. Okay. I see. Let the comments come in. Okay. I mostly see T, a few Kamala, but mostly CT. Okay. And I think that there are some people, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, okay, you guys will not comment. I think that's fine. But later, okay, Jay, we have a very good interactive session with you guys. Okay. And just to share, okay, he'll be sharing with you the election impact. Okay. I still see a lot of Trump, okay? So the election impact, how election influence the market sentiments and which sectors are going to be affected, okay? The rate cuts, and you learn the relationship between the interest rate cuts and also the high momentum stocks, and also strategic trading. I think a lot of people will be very interested in this, okay? The effective strategies for trading during the election cycle. Okay, without much further ado, let's invite Jay, okay, onto here. Jay, are you there?
Hello, hi Alex. Hello everyone.
Yeah, so Jay, you can see that, very sexy background over there. It's like macam a kind of a
Disco,
massage
disco.
therapy session at the background. Okay, say a hi to everyone. So say hi to Jay also, okay? I
Right.
see a
Hello,
lot of key, so I see a lot of key, Jay. So maybe you can address that.
Trauma. I think we'll win. I think so.
But anyway, personally, I think Kamala, I don't know, might be the dark horse. I'm not sure whether some of you see a Simpson post, okay? There's like, like the purple shirt worn by Kamala is on the Simpsons. Maybe Simpsons can forecast what's going to happen in the future. I don't know lah, but I think it can be a dark horse lah. So I think of course Jay, we have a lot to share with you guys, and of course the strategic trading especially. So I hand over the time to Jay, and I will come back at the Q&A session. And by the way, right, you guys can see the Q&A button at the bottom of the screen. So if you have very specific question, okay, you really want Jay to answer, please send them to the Q&A, because if you send them to the chat, right, if there are a lot of people chatting, right, okay, your question will be lost in the chat. Okay, so send them in the Q&A. So we'll give priority for those who put the question in the Q&A. Okay, so without further ado, I'll pass the time to Jay. See you later. See you later at the Q&A session.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. If you can hear me, if you can see me, you can see my screen as well. Can you just help me type hello once again? I can see that there are a few Trumps. Hello, Paywen, Vincent, Edmund, Robert, Alex. Hello, hello. Chan, Angela, Mark. Hey, Henry, boss. Why are you here? Tarun, hello. Ted, Christopher. All right. Come here, see me. Thank you. Thank you, boss. Hey, Wenyan. Okay, so welcome to this post-summit booster. This I think 3 weeks ago when I first did the summit. How many of you attended the summit 3 weeks ago? It was on a Saturday. How many of you attended that? Can you type me in the chat if you did? Hello, Sadie. Hello, Vinos. Great. So 3 weeks ago, right, when I first did the summit, I was overseas. I was in Sabah, and right now I'm of course in the comfort of my home. So yeah, back to the usual equipment. I'm so much more used to this. Okay, so tonight, what I'm gonna do is this. Alex had made a special request lah that we just keep it to 90 minutes, and I always tell him I try my best. So the reason why is because I think every time I aim for 90 minutes, then it will last until about 2 hours. So today I'm gonna aim for 1 hour, and then we will end at 90 minutes. Okay, steady. All right. So I think we are no strangers to one another. I can see many familiar names. So Jay, Alex say massage parlor. No lah, what massage parlor? This look more like disco, 好不好? This is more like KTV, you know. Later can sing K already. I got a $900 mic here. Okay, so now 2 hours, please. Okay, so today, right, I'm going to what I prepared for you simply is these few things lah. Number one, I think all of you are also concerned and looking for a general direction. Hey, what's going on with the market? How many of you have this question? Can you type yes in the chat? Like what is the market going to go? Right now it looks like it's going to, come down, it's going to push down, and what's going on? Where is it likely going to go? How many of you have got this question? Can you just type yes in the chat? So the first thing I will do is I will look at across general the US market, and then number two, right, I will zoom into the sectors / industry, and I want to share with you one very good bullish narrative. Can every one of you ask me what? Just type it in the chat. Can every one of you just ask me what? So, I mean, by now, I think you guys should already know my style. I always like to have a conversation with you since I'm here live. You're here listening to me live as well. And since we are spending time together with each other, then might as well we just have a proper conversation, right? Rather than I do a one-way presentation, which is that is the least of my preference. All right. So just now I see a couple of number ones. Somebody typed one when Alex asked about if any of you sat in my sessions. I think I see a few familiar names. Can I know, right? Who are the ones that this is your very first time sitting in my session? If it's your very first time, can you once again just type number one in the chat so that I know who you are? Right, Roger, Angela, good, Chen Xiang, David, Shaohua, thank you, thank you. Okay, nice to meet all of you for the very first time. Inkia, awesome. Okay, so this is my style. I don't like to do it so formal, like especially one whole day you're already from work already. Then you finish your dinner and then you come here and listen to this guy going, monotonous. You hear already, you also what is he talking about? So that's not my uh intention. But instead, right, I think we can discuss about the market. So if you have got any questions, right, anytime just ask me about the questions itself. And tonight, I will cover these three things. Number one, the US market general key levels, and then where I think is going to lead us to in terms of the key level, and then what are some of the sectors that are poised to rebound. And then right, I'm looking at this huge bullish narrative, which the current pullback is actually playing in our hands because without a pullback, the prices can't go on forever. So I think this is a very healthy pullback. And I'm going to share with you exactly what it is. So these are the three main things that I will cover in the next 60 minutes. My aim, I aim 60 minutes, so I end 90. All right. Then at the last part of tonight, right? At the last part of all this sharing, right? For those of you, especially in the first time getting exposed to what I do, and for me, I trade the US market. For those of you that are first time, I would also like to extend the offer that I presented at the Saturday, the Market Insights Virtual Summit itself. And would that be okay with all of you? We decide to extend the offer, and then for some of you who is wanting to make a decision, hey Jay, whatever you share is kind of interesting. How can I join you? And later I will share with you how. Is that okay with everyone? If that's okay, can you just give me a permission type okay in the chat? Great, thank you. All right, so here we go. Now, on the US market, right, I am namely looking at three across board. If I were to compare across the three what do you call it, the markets, right? In fact, I just put across four. All right, I just put to four of them. Okay, so just like that, just give me 1 minute. So what is this? I'm like, oh, Lord, what is this? Okay, so from the April onwards, so this is 18 April. So from 18 April onwards, here is what I want you to see. And let me just put on the names. So symbol, name, label. So at least you can see some names over there. So on this chart right here, I have a couple of lines. And this is why did I pick 18 April? All right, 1804. Can everyone type 1804 in the chat for me? Right? In fact, for yourself, because those are the only things that you remember. Great. On the 18th of April, what happened was that we have that was the bottom. And thereafter, the market just did a very, very good rebound. And in this rebound, right, it was largely led by technology. So which part of technology? AI, semiconductors, that was the large part that was pushing the market to all-time high after all-time high from within June and July period. So in this area over here, we can see that the performer since that recovery, right, it has been in the small caps. So RUT is a small cap, Russell 2000, followed by, excuse me, followed by NASDAQ. So NASDAQ and S&P 500 are actually quite similar. Reason being, S&P 500 is 1/3 technology and NDX, right, is 2/3 technology. So they are largely, all technology-based companies. Therefore, you can see their movement is about the same. So that's one. And then on the other spectrum, where the majority of the other companies, you have, what's that? You have industrial, you have healthcare, you have financials, all these are actually lagging. So what is happening here, right? And to follow up on what I also shared during the Market Insights Virtual Summit itself, was that I was looking at this great disconnect where the FANG stock, the semicon were the ones that were going crazy, right? The FANG stock, semicon, all this were just going crazy. And then I gave the analogy, right, of the head flying away. Okay, the head was flying away from the body. How many of you remember that? If you remember that, can you type me in the chat? So let me draw a stick, man. That's the only form of art that I know. And it must be my signature hairstyle. So what is happening is that there was this great disconnect. The FANG stock was here, and then the body is like everything else, all other things, all right? All other stocks or all other things, all right? So there was this disconnect, right? And if the head was flying, right? If the head was flying, then 3 weeks ago, that Saturday, I mentioned that I want to see whether is it the head coming back to the body. Okay, that looks freakish. Is it the head coming back to the body, or is it the body catching up? And I also, in specifically the next slide, right, I also mentioned that there was this laggards overall where I was looking at Dow Jones, I was looking at the Russell 2000. So what has transpired in the last 3 weeks was that at the point of time when I captured this, thereafter, there was an excellent and a very, very nice breakout. So what happened was that I was waiting for whether the head is coming back and the body is going up. Then finally, it showed us that the body is going up, is pushing up. All right. And that's a good sign. So I shared all of this during the Market Insights Virtual Summit. And then I say I'm expecting a rotation into these. Sorry. I'm expecting a rotation into these type of companies that is not technology based. How many of you remember me saying like this? Regardless whether you're my student or not, whether you have whether heard it in my student community or heard it in the Market Insights Virtual Summit. How many of you remember this? Can you type yes in the chat if you do? All right, great. Thank you. So this was exactly what happened. And now, right, that the market is pulling back, that's also, what happened to my chat? Now that the market is pulling back, that is also a good thing. And looking at the others, where do I think in quarter in moving forward, right? Where is the continued strength likely going to be? It is likely going to be in the small caps, the Russells. Can everyone type RUT in the chat? If you ask me honestly, where do I think the next, where do I think the next thing, may go, right? It's likely going to be in the Russell, right? It's the continued strength is likely going to be in the Russell. All right. So having this, right? Having seen these, right? If I were to look at my key levels, gotta pull back to my key levels. Let me just look at one by one. So over the course of the next few charts, right, I want to share with you the key levels. So yesterday we have S&P 500 dropping a whopping 2%. All right, drop a whopping 2%. And if you look in the grand scheme of things, you may think, whoa, wow, that's a huge steep drop. But if I change it over to the weekly chart, you can see that it's not as scary. So by any measure, I think this year is a very strong bullish year. So if we were to look at, let's say from an Elliott wave perspective, right? Elliott wave perspective, if you don't consider this, this is like one huge trend, all right? Because this is less than a 2% drop. So this is like one leg up, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so and then we got likely one more leg lah, all right? Likely one more leg thereafter lah, wherever this thing is going to come back down towards lah, all right? So this is one possible scenario that I'm looking at. And on the other hand, right, if you consider this to be a small pullback as well, right, then it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then after that, you got A, B, C, D, a complex pullback before it goes back up again. So either way, whatever that we are facing now, okay, either way, whatever that we are facing now is that I think that the market is in a pullback mode. And over the next couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks, I do think that we should exercise a little bit of prudence and not pick up stocks at the, kind of, whoa, like I think drop away, but still too early. Is everyone clear with this? Can everyone type early in the chat for me? Just type early in the chat. Right? We are still kind of early. Please don't just rush in like that. I do think we are still kind of early now. So in the grand scheme of things, right, if we are looking from a weekly perspective, then it's not actually that far-fetched. The previous consolidation area is actually somewhere around 5,300 plus, about 536, 538, somewhere there. This is the previous consolidation. So if you would the prices would have come down from the top, right, wherever it was, to the 538, then that's about 6%. And a 6% to a 10% drop, it's a very, very common thing in a typical quarter three pullback. 6 to 10% pullback is a very, very common thing in a quarter three pullback. So if you look at this last year, what happened was, I vividly remember it was 29th of July where we had that Suntech Live event, the with IG as a sponsor at that point of time. So I remember doing that event. I was dressed in red. Alex was there as well. Why I was dressed in red is because I had the tickets to go for preview, right? And thereafter the preview, everything else went haywire downwards. So you can see, right, in terms of the magnitude from last year, the drop was about close to 10% as well, and finally bringing it back down to the consolidation area. So in terms of the S&P 500, right? All right, in terms of this S&P 500, if I may pull up some statistics on S&P 500, please don't care about. Okay, just look at this table. 76% of July, it is bullish. Then for August, it is 50. Excuse me. August is 57%, September is 50%. So August, September is known to be the weakest link across board in our, across the whole 1 year period. So August, September tends to be a little bit weaker. Can everyone type weak in the chat? All right. So pull back to the vicinity of what? About 6% to 10%. So let's see where are we heading to? So 6% drop, it is going to bring us back to somewhere about here, which is about 5,360. And then a 10% drop would bring it down to the previous consolidation area, which is going to be, I think, this bottom, somewhere along the, I don't think it'll go below 5,000 though. I think the consolidation should be somewhere about here. So about 5,001. So is it going, is it going to be like a one straight line down kind of thing, right? It's rarely one straight line down unless you are in cryptocurrencies, then yeah, probably you can get that one straight line down thing. But what is likely going to happen is that if this is going to be a complex pullback per se, so if you can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then after that, then this thing starts to pull back, right? Right now it has already fulfilled my first level, which I'm looking at, which is about 5.4 plus. The immediate one, I think, where we will find a footing will be somewhere about 5,360. So this is where I think it makes a lot more sense for me to be picking things up or speculating that, oh, the bottom is there, and then I will be likely going to look for a long opportunity right there. Not right now. Now it's like in the middle of nowhere. I do think it's gonna pull back closer to about 5,360. That's about 6% drop. And if anything, maybe a bounce back, get rejected over there, then come down over the next 2 months. So August and September, eventually shaking out all the weak hands, which it should bring out to about 5,200. Thereafter, that is the level, 5,200 is the level that gave me absolute confidence for me to be picking things up from there. And this is only typical, very, very typical of a quarter three pullback for a bullish, kind of a narrative. All right. So is everyone clear with these two levels on S&P 500? If you are clear, type the numbers in the chat. 51505360. Just type these 8 numbers in the chat. All right. Thank you. So that's the first one. On NASDAQ, right, I am not looking so much towards NASDAQ because NASDAQ is likely going to pull back to the first level is about 18,005. So NASDAQ, same thing, is likely going to pull back to somewhere about 18,005. And if anything, right, NASDAQ always have a higher beta in terms of, a higher movement. So NASDAQ always have a higher movement. So if I were to measure it, come down to here, it's already about 11%. All right, it's already about 11%. So that should be it, somewhere about 18,005. So if NASDAQ comes down a little bit more to 18,005, then for ES, right, likely, 5360, that area that I'm looking at, I think that will be a very nice in terms of the distance as well. I think we are looking at there, all right, for this too. Then for the laggards, right, for YM, YM, if it comes back down, is likely going to bounce off 39,006, about 39,600 thereabouts. So I'll give you a summary. S&P 500, I have 5360. That's the next level down. NASDAQ, I've got 18,500. Then for Dow Jones, I have Dow Jones is about 39,600. And these are the levels that I will then start to say, hey, I want to look for a bullish confirmation. I'll look for a bullish setup, a reversal in terms of the price action. But not now lah. Now I think we are still a bit premature, in the middle of nowhere. All right. Is everyone clear so far? If you are clear, so far so good, can you just help me type good in the chat? So the speed of how I shared the things, is the speed okay? Is it too fast? Is it too slow? Can you just let me know? Type in the chat and let me know, please. Oh, okay. Hey, John. Can I? All good, So, with this, right, Russell, this is likely to be the strongest among the few. I don't think it's gonna come back down to, this consolidation zone about 2040. I don't think so. But what I do think, right, is it might, in this juncture or in this instance, it will likely consolidate, pull back a little bit, 2120. So this is Russell, 2120. Even if it doesn't come back down, all right, even if it doesn't come back down, right, I do think that when S&P 500 hits here, NASDAQ hits here, this one, Dow Jones hits here, Russell, not RUT. I mean, I'm not RUI, RUT. All right, 2120, maybe slightly higher, about somewhere about the R2, that might be happening as well, because Russell is indeed much stronger. The reason why, right, why this is happening, guys, have you all wondered why? How many of you have got that question? Ask me why. Why is Russell 2000 a lot stronger in this cycle than the rest? If you have this question, just ask me why in the chat. Okay, so why? In the financial market, right, how things work is not about feeling. It's not about emotions. For us, retail trader, maybe. But for the professionals, for institution, for smart money, it's always based on valuation. And it's hard to value a thing like maybe commodities. If you're looking at precious metal, how do you value the value? How do you value gold, for example? Well, what is the intrinsic value of gold, right? We can't. But for a stock, for a company, there are some things that we can value upon, meaning we can look at the cash flow, we can look at a business model, we can look at the growth rates. So in the long run, I agree with what Warren Buffett says. In the short run, it's like a casino. In the long run, it always reflects the value, right? It may not realize the value, but it will strive towards the value. So therefore, having an undervalued stock is not enough. You need expanding intrinsic value. You need a change in business model. Then the prices will reflect that. If not, I'm very sure those of you that are into value investing, right? How many of you have bought a stock before saying, purportedly it is undervalued, but over the years that you held it, it never ever realizes the value? How many of you have got this sad experience? Can you type me in the chat? So what is happening here? All right. Thank you. What is happening here, right, is for the majority of the year, ES has been running, NQ has been running, all the technology and all this. If you are tech, you are partying. If you are not tech, then you are not partying at all. You'll be like, walao, where's my turn? Where's my turn? Where's my turn? So in terms of valuation, right, in terms of how expensive it is, a lot of tech stocks are actually very expensive. Guys, do you agree? A lot of the tech stocks are actually quite expensive. Meaning, if you look at this, right? Oh, that's where my trend line all falls in nicely. Every time, let's say prices goes up, prices comes down. See, prices goes up, prices comes down, prices go up. So this is a large, a secular bull, okay, a huge bull cycle. And in this huge bull cycle, right, I have the upper range, I have the lower range. And every time the prices hits the upper range, which is the time in 2021, it hits the upper range, then it falls itself down to this lower range. Then right now we are at the same angle, same upper range as well. All right, this is already projected long ago. So there's the same angle, the same upper range. When it gets up there, prices are too expensive. So what they need to do, they need to come back down to like the medium area, the median level lah. So 5366, if you can pull back down to just now what I mentioned, 512 something, closer to here, I think then we will be like in the middle. All right. So when things are too expensive, then the institutions are also looking for returns, right? I mean, at the end of the day, they will have to be accountable to their investors. So what do? They cannot just focus on all the big names, which already have been pumped up so much. So what must they do? They must then rotate lah. All right. They must then rotate and shift their focus to something else. So can everyone type rotate in the chat? Can everyone just type rotate in the chat? So, Christopher, fund managers feel inflation under control. All of us know that inflation is not likely going to the Fed's long-term target lah. 2% is a bit, it's not going there lah. Now it's just about, I think they have held the Fed fund rate a little high for a little long already, and people are feeling the pinch, right? And you see, if you look across the same time frame, right? If you look at Russell in 2023, it didn't have this huge moment where 2023 you can see that's where all the tech stock took off. The AI, the tech, semicon, they took off. S&P 500 from 2023, it took off as well. A little bit more choppy, or by a little bit more choppy. So choppy, but still took off. Ever since they begin to focus and weigh a lot more on technology, they took off as well. Then if you look at Dow Jones, did they take off in 2023? Never. They largely stayed sideways. But of course, with a few tech stocks in their Dow 30, right, in their index calculation, and of course those are the stocks that push them up as well. But Russell has not partied at all, meaning the tech bros have been partying for the last 1.5 years, right? And Russell is like, nope, none of my business. So finally, that has happened. So there is this strong neckline. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a strong neckline over here. And if the fund managers, if the institution, the smart money is looking for yield, is looking for return, it is definitely not in those sectors that the prices are already pumped up, but instead into all these other companies that possess a good, strong, still a solid business model, but they have not moved yet. And usually they are the small and medium companies. So this is why alongside with XLP, last year, I believe October, November, for those of you that came down to the NTUC auditorium, right? We had a talk there last year. I can't remember, was it October or November? I mentioned that this year I'm weighing down and I am focusing on XLP. So that was what I said last year, which I think XLP this year worked out very, very nicely, was quite resilient. Yeah. So over here, from now to I think thereafter, after this whole correction thing, right? I want to see how much did Nasdaq, how much did S&P 500 pull back to. If they can pull back to 10%, then I think they will still be the one that is leading. However, if the pullback is shallow, it only pulls to 5360, it only pulls to 18500, then Russell will continue to lead the rest of the index. Is everyone clear with this? Does it make sense? So whatever that I explain, does it make sense? It must first make sense, ma. If it doesn't make sense, then don't listen. I hope I'm talking some sense. Okay, all clear? So guys, got a question? You can ask, you can always ask, it's okay. Like which part, what specific parts that you want me to talk about, you can always ask question. Don't worry. All right. All right. So with this said, right? With this said, now, with this said, you have all the key levels now. Now, number 2, right? What I would like to look at would be this. What I would like to look at would be this. The interest rate is slated to cut in September because as you can see over here, right now we are in July. I don't think there is any cut in July by end of this month. In September, we have in September, right now the rates is at 5.5%. Then by September is 80% chance that it will cut by 25 basis points. And then by end of this year, oh, that's a lot. By end of this year, they are pricing in 2 to 3 rate cuts. How many cuts, guys? Can you help me type it in the chat? 2 to 3 rate cuts. Because September, minus 25. Then if by December, right, if it reaches 5, then it's minus 25 again. Now, by December, if it reaches, 4.75, then it's minus 25, minus 25. So two of them there. So majority of which lah, if you take 57% plus 28%, that is about close to 90% probability we are pricing in 2 to 3 rate cuts. So this is the goalpost. This is the benchmark. Nothing has changed for now. So it all banks on tomorrow. So tonight we have at 8:30, in fact, it was already announced. Tonight, right, we have the advanced GDP. Tonight we have the advanced GDP, and tomorrow we have the core PCE prices. How do I know this? I mean, every week I tend to check what's going on in the coming week lah. So tomorrow is the core PCE prices, where it is a much better proxy to inflation than the CPI rates. So they are expecting a plus 0.1, I think. They are expecting this. So if you just go on over to Price Factory Calendar, if you're going to check it, they are expecting 0.2. They're expecting a plus 0.2. So if anything that comes below 0.2, meaning if it comes like plus 0.1 or plus 0, that's not an increase, then I think the market will likely have a bullish reaction from whatever it is doing now. Then if the numbers over here comes in at higher than 0.2, then the knee-jerk reaction would be bearish. So this is what is happening right now. So in fact, right, this is not called CPI. This one is called PCE, and this is the Federal Reserve preferred measure of interest of the inflation. All right, not so much of CPI itself. So this is the Federal Reserve primary inflation measure. So that's what they are looking at, lah. All right. With that, I think if the goalpost, if nothing drastic changes, I think it should still remain in this pullback phase. Maybe temporary. I think even if tomorrow is like a good thing, right? If tomorrow is like a good thing, and then prices just rally up and still get stuck under this 19,600 where the pivot is, right? Then I think there will be further more downside to come, lah, bringing down to that level that I'm aiming, which is about 18.5. All right, for Nasdaq, then 5360 for S&P 500. All right, is everyone clear with the possible scenario of how do we navigate tomorrow? Is everyone clear with this? Type okay if you are clear. Great. Now, having said this, in terms of the valuation for the price to earnings, right? Is the S&P 500 like grossly overvalued? Is it like, wow, crazy overvalued right now? I don't think so. I think prices are no doubt is coming up a little bit more. So if I show the last 5 years, right, you can see earnings have since caught up versus the valuation in 2021. So 2021, we know we have a very good bullish market. We have a strong bullish market. But at that point of time, the earnings wasn't, the companies wasn't making as much. The earning wasn't as good. So the S&P 500 PE ratio, right, actually shot to about 40, 41, 42, somewhere there. So it's like it hit 40. So what is price to earnings ratio? Price to earning ratio is so irritating, the pop-up. The price to earning ratio is price over earnings. So price over earnings. And if let's say the prices keeps going up and up and up, the ratio keeps going up, meaning that the prices are going up, but the earnings is not catching up. All right, the earnings is not catching up. But instead, right, how can the prices from 2021, do y'all agree that now prices are above and higher than 2021? 2021 was here, right? This was 2021. So this was end 2021. Now the prices are higher than 2021. Then how come the PE ratio is so relatively lower? Why? Because the earnings in the last few years have picked up. And right now, on average, the S&P 500 earning has been 2 point, or rather, this pop-up is so irritating. So over here, 26, the average is 26. One standard deviation up is about 30 plus, then one standard deviation down is about 20. So would I be a concern, like from a circular bull perspective, right? Would I be like very, very concerned? The answer is no. It's not considered very overpriced as long as earnings is still pushing. And I would be when it goes above 30, then I know that it's starting to get a lot more overpriced. That's where the prices will then shake out, over a longer period of time. But if anything, right, by any measure, I think S&P 500, the stocks, they are still quite okay, not like crazily expensive because earnings are keeping up. It's still justifiable. All right. Yes, like what Jay mentioned, right? It means earnings have significantly went higher. Yeah, let me just skip away from this guru focus. Yeah, pop up is so irritating. So zooming down one step, right? So now I've talked about the key levels. Now I'm moving into the sectors. In terms of the sectors, you can see some of the stocks are getting thrown off the bus and some are more resilient. The one that are more resilient is number one, healthcare. And of course, the safety ones, the utilities are doing okay as well. Staples is doing okay as well. And real estate, in fact, everything else is doing okay with the exception of discretionary. Of course, not that as well. XLC, XLK, I'm not looking at those, right? Industrial seems to have taken a hit as well. Material seems to be coming down, but those that are still quite strong, I will think just nails down to this four, which is healthcare, utilities, staples, and financials. This four. Is everyone clear? If you are clear, can you just help me type XLP, XLV, XLU, and XLF? Just help me take your time, take the next 10 seconds. I know some of you are tuning in from mobile phone. Just type the four ticker symbol because that's all you remember after tonight. All right. So maybe one of your question would be, Jay, how come I'm not looking at real estate? Because I don't like to trade REITs. I don't hold REITs. I mean, it's a personal thing, right? Maybe maybe you do, right? For US REITs, I don't like to trade REITs. Singapore REITs as well, I also don't like it, right? Maybe you tell me buy hold for dividend, maybe that makes sense, but not for XLRE lah. All right, I prefer not to. Okay, great. So with this in mind, right? With this in mind, XLP, XLV, XLU, and XLF. With this in mind, let me put up the chart first. Let me put up the chart. Okay, so XLP, XLU, then XLV, and then followed by XLF. Why is finance considered strong? In the grand scheme of things, not strong, man. It has gone up by so much, right? It's gone up by so much. I mean, among the four, not among the four is not exactly strong compared to that four, lah. But if let's say I were to compare against this, if I were to compare against this, right, technology got thrown off the bus. XLF still okay lah. All right, still okay, still okay. Not that horrible. All right. Looking at all this, right? Looking at all this is XLP. What I do think is that I prefer XLP. This is the staples. So staples has been there for a long while already, right? Staples have been there for a long while. Ever since the end of last year, right? I mentioned last year when we had that talk at IG, I mentioned that October, November, sometime that period. I can't remember exactly when. I said staples is likely going to lead us. I mean, across board, the rest of the sectors went up as well. But this is one that is very strong this year, despite the market getting thrown down and whatsoever. The prices are actually quite reasonable, quite good over here. So for staples, I do think that we are nice. We are ready. This pullback is quite welcome. I don't think that it will come somewhere anywhere close below $76. And this is where I'll be looking to pick up some of the constituent stocks. For healthcare, then that is about 146. This is about 70, 77, 70, 76. So somewhere around this range. Then for utilities, right? Utilities, this one is still climbing lah. Just give it a while lah. Let me take a look at utilities. Just give me a minute. Just give me a minute. XLU. All right. So for XLU, if I can look at this, August is about 2/3 up. August. August is about 2/3 up. September, October is like the very cool month lah. Right? September is then very cool. August, okay lah. July, August, 2/3, 2/3. Okay, so looking at this, right, I do think that if there is a bounce back from here, I do think for utilities, if you can look somewhere around about, I think about 70, 50, somewhere there, I think this area will be quite good. Is it I pick the sectors, then I trade a specific stock within a sector? Charlene, yes. The answer is yes. That has always been my case. Okay, so for financials, right, I have a love-hate relationship with financials, which is what Charlene is asking as well. Why is this considered strong? Well, I think the movement here is very, very strong, but heading into this Q2, 3, right, or rather heading into this Q3 and 4, right, when are the not all banks are going to lead lah, to be honest lah. All right, not all banks are going to lead. Currently, if you look at this, July is always a good period. Then after that, thereafter, August will tend to pull back a little bit. The next time it will shine is October, November, right? That's the next time. It's not now. So this one, right, I wouldn't want to look at the XLF overall, but I think the small banks within the XL, the financials, still have some, pockets of movement left lah. All right. And what's important to note is also in terms of the bullish narrative, right? As the rate cut cycle tends to start as early as September, then what we are likely going to face over here is that the net interest margin in terms of the financials for the banks, right? The net interest margin is going to come down a little bit. All right. So what's strong within financials? Well, let's take a look. What's strong within financials? So this is where I'll make use of Finvis. I will pull up the, let's say I'll look at the last 3 months, right? That's where I'll pull up this heat map for S&P 500. So breaking it down, industrials right now, even if we just look at the past 1 month performance, all right, just 1 month performance, we can see that under healthcare, we have drug manufacturers. They are doing okay. Diagnostic and research, they are doing okay. UNH, especially UNH went up by leaps and bounds. So if you look at UNH, yeah, this one literally just boom. And it was like, whoa, it went above the previous high of this, it went above this previous high. So after that, drop, come back to the bottom again, right? Now it's all the way back up there. This one should be Henry's favorite. This one should be Henry's favorite. So this one is really pushing up the market quite a fair bit lah. All right, this one is really pushing up quite a fair bit. And what's strong is I'm looking at utilities. So over here, utilities, you have what is that? Regulated electricity. This one is okay. Then if you are looking at industrial, no, not so much. Then healthcare, right? Healthcare is drug manufacturers. But this one pocket, medical instrument and diagnostic research, this is the part that makes a little bit more sense. Then in terms of financials, right, I'm not talking about the big banks, but instead, right, instead, I'm looking at the financial, not so much financial, the asset management in this area, assets management and the regional bank. These are the bright spots. So what have I done with you so far? First, I focus on the market. Then I start to look at the sectors. And then within the sectors itself, right, I just delve down to the industry lah. All right, I just dwell down to the industry. So these are the ones that are likely going to possess a strong movement or pockets of movement thereafter lah. All right. So is everyone clear? Yes? How many of you received value tonight? If you did, can you type value in the chat? All right. So don't go look all over the place. Look specifically into areas like this. All right. Zooming down. All right. Zooming down into small pockets. Then you will save your heartache, like, oh, I put my money into a stock that doesn't run. Well, if you put into all the big boxes that you see up here, Microsoft sure won't run. All right. Nvidia sure won't go. Apple maybe. Google, Meta, Amazon, Tesla, all those are the what do you call it? The FANG stocks. So if you're looking at that, I don't think they will go. But if you start to look at some pockets within each of the sector that are likely going to lead and are resilient, then I think you will find a lot more opportunities from there. All right. So now with these, right, we have touched on the first 2 points. Now I want to touch on the third point. How many of you would like to know what is that bullish narrative? What is the bullish narrative that gives me the confidence that I am still bullish on this market? That, oh, this pullback, why am I like going to buy into some of the stocks? Why? Why am I not like short selling? It's going crazy. The price is too high, right? How many of you want to know what are these things that I'm looking at? Can you type what in the chat? Great. So, with this, right, I'm actually looking at these 2 things only. All right, I'm only looking at these 2 things just to give you an idea of what I look at. Number 1, right, I want to ask you all this question, guys. If you want to time the phase of the market, right, which type of market do you think will make money easier? Is it number 1, the trending market, or number 2, the sideways market? Which one? Which type of market do you think will make money easier? 1 or 2? 1, right? Without a doubt, right? It's 1, without a doubt. So why did I say that now it's actually a very good time for us to have the market doing a pullback, right? Because once it pulls back, it returns the price from like an all-time high area and it returns to a slightly better value kind of price that allows us to, and if you're thinking how do you want to make money from the market, it's always about buying low and selling high. Buy low, sell high. So why most retail traders lose money? Why? Because they, instead of selling high, they got no patience. FOMO, they hearsay or from whatsoever report and whatever, and then they go and buy high. Please help me complete the sentence. What they do? They buy high and then what they do? And that's usually what a retail trader does. Buy high and sell low. So if you want to time the phase of the market, we must first consider, is there a reason? All right, is there a reason for the market to rally in the first place? The answer is yes. So since there is a reason for the market to rally in the first place, then the next question would be where? Where am I going to buy in? So I gave you that price area. All right, I gave you those price points already. And what is the narrative that so-called I am looking at that ensures or kind of give me the confidence that the market is going to resume thereafter? How come I have got this mentality or this confidence, right? Because some of us are like scratching our head. Jay, what do you actually see? So it's actually these 2 things. Number 1, let me just go to the next slide. So we are looking at the 2 major narratives. All right. We are looking at the 2 major narratives that are upcoming right now. Can all of you tell me what is number 1? What is the first major narrative that we have that is on the left-hand side? What is that? Can you help me type it in the chat? That is presidential election. Excellent. What is the one on the right-hand side? The number 2. What is this? This is the interest rate cut. So what has these 2 things got to do with the market movement? What has this 2 things got to do with market movement? Now that you know where to look out for, and you roughly know the pockets of where to look out for, and you now have the bullish narrative. Now, I want to share with you this. Massive opportunity is just ahead. You see, right now, we are in July and August. All right, right now we are in July and August, which is we are in this period. So if the prices comes down, okay, the prices comes down, to a reasonable price level, the fourth year of a new president tends to see most of the gains later. So my question to you is this, guys. My question to you is this. If given a choice, knowing that most of the gains will come later, would you take action next time, later, or would you rather take action now? Which one makes sense for you in order for you to capture this trend? Which one makes sense? Is it now, or is it like you wait until everything or all the coast is clear, then you go in. Then by the time you go in S&P 500 near 6,000 already, then you are just picking up and squeezing out pennies on the dollar lah. All right. So this is one narrative and one reason why action should be taken now. How many of you agree? If you agree, can you type agree? Now, as in not now, as in tonight lah, but at those levels, now in this next 1-2 weeks, as it hits those levels, we need to take action. Because if we don't take action, we don't capture anything. Don't capture anything, then you're just wasting your time here. You listen to me 10 times, you don't take action also don't make any money. Right or not? All right. So this is one. Then what's the next one? The next one is actually the interest rate cut. Make a guess. From the first interest rate cut, right? From the very first interest rate cut, and then the next 12 months that follow, right? In the first interest rate cut and the next 12 months that follow, how many of you think that it will be a bullish reaction after the first rate cut? Can you type bull in the chat if you think so? Then how many of you thinks that it's going to be a bearish reaction thereafter? Then you type bear in the chat. And I want you to look at the chat, see who is typing what. All right, just look around. Everyone just help me, just do me a favor. Just help me type it in the chat. Bull, bear, mostly bull, right? Michael, I love your answer. B. B is bull or bear. Both are bees. Okay, so the next one, and this is a research by Julius Baer. Okay, like one of the top tier bank lah. All right. The Fed rate cut cycle tends to lead to an above average return. All right. The Fed rate cut cycle tends to lead to an above average return. So this is where we are. No, this is not where we are. This is where we are. We are going into September. So September, where the first rate cut is slated to begin, right? This is where we are. And the next 12 months following the rate cut, the next 12 months, the market is likely going to give us a above average return. So then comes my same question again. Knowing that this scenario is going to happen, are you going to sit on a fence and wait for everything to unfold and happen already, then you get in at a high? Or would you want to be prepared now? Can you help me answer this question? What? Is it now or is it you will wait? Which one is more logical after I've explained to you in this way? Now, right? Exactly. So this is the reason why we are running this webinar now lah, for you to know that, you are staring now at these two great opportunities, and the two opportunities, the two narrative actually provides a bullish narrative and an environment for the, the prices to be higher than where it is. So think about this, guys. You are staring at the opportunity ahead. All right, you are staring at this opportunity ahead, and in 6 months down the road, I want you to think about this, because all of you say, "Oh, I want to take action now. I want to take action now. I want to take action now." Right? So let me clarify the context. When you say now, doesn't mean tonight. All right, it doesn't mean tonight. When you say now, right? What I meant is the now is when they hit my price level that I want, and then thereafter that rebound, I will take action. Is everyone clear on that? If you are clear, can you type clear in the chat? I need you to be clear on this. So I'm not talking about, now means later tonight, straight away go and buy. No, now still dropping, don't buy first. Okay, is everyone clear? All clear? So I want to ask you this. Since you know that in quarter 3, you have the rate cut, then in quarter 4 ahead, you have the presidential election, of which both are providing you with a long, long runway thereafter. And you are here now. This is where you are. All right. So in 6 months down the road, by this time next year, how many of you would like yourself to have captured this opportunity? How many of you would like to have captured this opportunity 6 months down the road? Can you type me in the chat? Good. Ask me how. How can you capture the opportunity? Ask me how. Excellent. So the way to capture it is looking at what I've shared with you so far. If you look at what I've shared, what I've done since 8 p.m., right? It's actually a framework. All right. It's a framework. And this framework focuses on tracking money flow, focuses on picking out the stronger sectors. And then thereafter, I can drill down to an individual stocks and then I take the trades from there. But what I've done with you tonight, is to focus on all these individual pockets where you will be able to have your focus instead of looking at all the 5,000, 6,000 stocks. You know that, okay, I'm just looking at a few dozen stocks. That's all. So what you are lacking is just, the trigger and also the update onto where the rotation is, because rotation is like musical chair. So as the rotation now is going to this, then it will go into that and again and again and again and again and again. All right. So the formula to success, the formula to be better than where you are, just 6 months down the road, you want to be better and capture a part of this movement. It all lies in front of you. Is everyone clear? Type yes in the chat if you are clear. Okay. Thank you. So all of which, right, I will be sharing in depth inside my Art of Explosive Profits program. So can I take the next, couple of minutes to share with you what the program is about? For those of you that sat in this before, you can continue to stay in the room. If not, this is where I'm going to share my program. All right? Can I do that? If I can you type yes in the chat? Great, thank you. So, this is in conjunction with the Market Insights Virtual Summit, which I also shared this on Monday, not just on Monday, but on that Saturday 3 weeks ago. So, this is the Art of Explosive Profits program, where in this program, right, I'm sharing with you a breakdown, a thorough breakdown, a step-by-step walkthrough of how do we have a top-down approach. So just now you see me do it, but where do I actually get all those things, right? So the top-down approach, that's one. How do you build up your own watch list? How do you have your curated list of, your A-lister, your A-list stocks? Well, these are what the program focuses on. And most importantly, within the program itself, you will be equipped with a trigger. All right, you will be equipped with a trigger that allows you to trade these stocks with a proven framework. So what kind of framework are we talking about? That means now I see, okay, I look at this stock, I look at that stock. For example, now, just now we look at the regional bank, right? Regional bank one is called US Bancorp. If you look at US Bancorp, what is the price that you're going to get in? That's where the framework to trigger must be there. And this is what I have and what I'll be sharing with you inside the AEP trading program as well. So when we trade, we will always have an entry price. We will have a stop loss price. We will have a target price. And then we will also have quantity. And all of this falls under the AEP trigger. And before the trigger, that's where it's all about how do we find these stocks. So this is what the AEP program is about. Can everyone type AEP for me in the chat? Okay, great. Now, the AEP, right, is aimed at helping you to profit through swing trading the explosive trend. And it is not just, longing or shorting. It's not just like I'm buying or I'm, it's not just about buying, but instead it's also about shorting. But to give you an idea, right, about what are some of the explosive stocks, all right, to give you an idea, what are exactly considered explosive stocks over here. These are the stocks that my students have taken based on the AEP framework itself. As you can see, this is by This is Linus. So Linus shared with me. This is, and all this I shared with you is not like last year, 2 years ago, or 1.5 years ago. All these are recent ones. So today we are what, 20, our date is 25th, right? 25th of July. This is just starting on a month. So where is it? So AEP, this is on Z scaler, all right? Profits 2,300. From where? From capturing, not up to the point lah. It's just up to here only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days. That is that kind of trade that we are looking at within AEP. So to clarify the context, AEP, we are not looking at investment, not looking at buying and hold for a long term. We are also not looking at intraday. Is everyone clear? Is everyone clear with this? If you're clear, type yes in the chat for me. Thank you. Thanks, Henry. All right. So why do I not want to hold a stock for a long time? Why? Because when I'm holding a stock, some of you may think, gee, if you just sell high and buy low there, you hold it over a couple of months, wouldn't you make the entire profit? The answer is yes. Yes, of course. It does work. In hindsight, it works. Because in hindsight, then you know this is the high. In hindsight, then you know this is the low. How would you know that's the low? How would you know that's the high? There's no way you will know it. And the reason why I don't want to expose myself to a horizon of a few months, because in a span of months, many things will change. How many of you agree with this? If you agree, can you type agree in the chat? In a span of months, many things will change because earnings will change, expectation will change, and some news will change. And all these variables, you will have to be what? You will have to be on top of all these variables. You will need to then monitor all these variables, and it becomes a chore. I am not here to what? To do a chore, right? That's why I never like, personally, I don't like to hold like long time, right? Because if I hold it for months or years, right, then there are so many variables that I need to keep track of. If I got one company, then I keep track of, one set of variables. I got 10 companies, I keep track of 10 set of variables. So I don't like it. Intraday, I'm also not looking at intraday, because intraday probably I'm looking at 1 hour trades, 4 hour trades. Why am I not looking at that? Because the gains are too little. It's too small gains. I have to compensate with a larger position size in order for the effort to make sense. So what I'm doing is not long-term investment. What I'm doing is also not intraday trading, but the explosive way of trading, I call it the AEP way of swing trading, the explosive stocks comes in here. All right, it comes in here. So that means if you're looking at this spectrum, right, it's not exactly months, it's not exactly intraday, but instead I'm looking at anywhere ranging from 1 to 3 weeks. Is everyone clear with this first? Is everyone clear with the context? Because as always, whenever I'm sharing the program, some of you will ask, is this what is the typical position horizon? Is it holding for months or is it holding for intraday? No, I am looking for movements like this that last within 1 to 3 weeks. Is everyone clear? If you are clear, please type okay in the chat for me. So this is what we do. This is what my students and I do. So you want to capture movements like this, short-term movements. All right, we want to capture those short-term movements in the stock market with those explosive potential. And this is another one. This is CRM. As you can see, this one, CRM is on this position is on option as well. So 29th of June. All right, 29th of June is sometime here. 29th of June. So CRM, all right, CRM, explosive potential, $621.67. Took 2 of the contracts off, left 4 more running at 0 risk. How long did this position take? This position took over about 2 weeks as well. All right, this position took over about close to 2 weeks. So if you count the candles, it's about a dozen candles, close to that. All right. So Salesforce, and then this is Walmart. I never like to look at FANG stock. You realize a lot of all the stocks that my students and I are trading on, right? They are not the FANG stocks. They are not like Meta. They are not like Alphabet. They are not like Google. Then they are not Netflix and all that. Instead, Walmart. What is Walmart? Walmart in local context, right? In Singapore context, is more like a giant, like a giant hypermart where they sell everything. They got groceries, they got clothing, got electronics, got so on and so forth. So when is this? Again, I'm not showing you something that is like what ages or eons ago. This is 25th of June, sometime about here. So this is where the trades is closed out. How long is this position for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 trading days. So it's about 1+ week. All right. So guys, I want to ask you this. If you have a framework like this, all right, if you have a framework that allows you to capture explosive profits in a few days kind of time, and then let's say you capture one trade like this every month, it adds $740 in kind of this trade. So would something like this be helpful for your overall portfolio? Yes or no? Can you help me answer this question, please? What do you all think? So Charlene, is there a concern for spread and volume for the less famous stocks? Now, that's where I need to clarify the concept a little bit. While I am not looking at the FANG stocks, the very popular stocks, what we are all looking, my community and I, what we are looking is in stocks that are just not having the retail attraction, but it doesn't mean that they are lousy stocks. It doesn't mean that they are speculative penny stocks. It doesn't mean that their volume is low. By any measures, any of the stocks that I've shared with you over here, okay, any of the stocks that I've shown you here, their daily trading volume, the average volume is above 1 million. Their market cap is definitely above 2 billion. So they are not small companies. These companies, you definitely would have heard of them. And this is what we do. Even Elf Beauty, this is under discretionary. Elf Beauty, kind of unheard, right? How many of you have heard of Elf Beauty? Not so much, right? When I first came across this, I also didn't know, like, what on earth is this doing? So when was this? This is 18th of June, in the middle. 18th of June is here. So how long is this position going on for? This position is just going on for about 3 to 5 days, somewhere here. All right, this position has been going on for about 3 to 5 days. So this is what we do. This is what I focus on when it comes to explosive stocks. I don't look at, I want to buy low, sell high. Obviously you will tell me, Jay, why don't you buy here and then you hold until here, then you sell? There is no way anybody would know that that's the low and that's the high if you are, looking at real time. Like, for example, I ask you this, right? You know that now this is the high. You know that now this is the low. Then what happens after that? Nobody knows what. So how do you know that that's a high? Maybe this one can go higher. That's only the high if it continue to come down lower, right? So instead of speculating and trying to catch the impossible, right? Trying to find a holy grail that is not there. What I do is I make use of my framework, my AEP framework, and I capture small, short movements like this. All right. So I just want to have a very thick-skinned, shameless check. How many of you will be interested to explore a trading method like this? If you do, can you please type me in the chat? All right. So Charlene, how do I know when to TP? Very good. Because with every entry price, stop loss price, quantity, we also in the framework, we also have in the trading plan, we always have a target profit. You cannot do it without target lah. All right. So next one, Meta. This is Meta platform. When is this? This is June 12th. Sometime here lah. I think they capture this movement lah. So June 12th is in the middle. We capture this movement 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days. So 1+ weeks. All right. So this is what we do within the AEP program. And if I can share with you, these are all the AEP trades with my students as well. And I just click on every one of them. You all can see. This is 25th July, which is just today. So this is by Ivan. US small cap 2000 CFD, PNL 1207, buy 20 at 2195, blah blah blah. So this trade likely happened over a couple of days only. All right, this is by Ivan using the AEP framework. Steven, AEP framework as well. 3 trades, total profit US 1,516. So this one, he's using call option as well. So you can see what he say. You'll realize you'll close it when the market will open because already hit their target. Then Reyes, This is on IWM as well. This is on IWM. Amount PNL 895. This is US dollar. How long? Less than 3 weeks. All these positions are less than 3 weeks. And Elvin, this is on SPY. This is on SPY. So $144, small positions on SPY. Then Elvin again, this is on Tesla, $380 on Tesla. It's a swing trade on Tesla. So we both go long and short lah. So we don't really, we don't really just go long only. And the reason why I'm sharing all this with you, right, is not to show off to you, but to show you or to share with you that you look at the date. When is this? All right, this is today. Then this is on Tuesday. This is on Saturday. This was from last week, Thursday. And every single day, all right, every single day, there are trades taken based on the AEP framework. All right, it can alright be on different stocks, but this is what we do. All right, this is what we do. This is on Illumina, 587 US dollar. In 2-3 weeks, I think it's quite reasonable lah. All right, so this is what we do within the AEP trade itself lah. All right, so what is this? Okay, so what would you learn? All right, what would you discover during the program? Number one, I just want to be upfront and let you know this is 100% online e-course. So regardless of where you are in the world, be it you are in Singapore, be it you are in Malaysia, you are across the region, it doesn't matter. You can have immediate access to the program, and you can have it 24/7 access at your own pace, your own time, own target, your own pace, and you have it for lifetime. Can everyone type lifetime in the chats? Can everyone just type lifetime in the chat? Because I'm sure there are always questions later who will ask me, Jay, I got subscription not? Got subscription not? Have or not? So don't have one lifetime. This is why, don't know why people asking me subscription. Maybe I should start to charge subscription. Okay, so what we do is we capture the up move. We also capture the down move. And in the program itself, right, what you will discover, let me just share with you the portal itself. So under this portal, right, you can see it is broken down into 15 lessons. Total, you can see this is Welcome to AEP program. Then we have the TA. We have also lesson 4, how do you build up your A team of stocks, your own watch list, the top-down approach. Then all the way until lesson 15. So each of the lessons are bite-sized, totaling 6.5 hours. All right. Each of the lessons are bite-sized, totaling 6.5 hours. And you are not going to just trade alone, right? You are definitely not going to just trade alone, because as part of the community, you will be added to a Facebook group as well. So what this Facebook group does, right, is that every single week, we will be sending out, number one, the market direction, the market outlook. Number two, the stocks that we have curated and picked out, and we are going to send out this list to you. So guys, how many of you think that, if you have the list sent out to you this is usually sent out every Saturday and Sunday lah. All right, every Saturday and Sunday. If we send this out to you, right, we are not just in the program. That's where you learn how to fish. And then in the graduates Facebook group, this is where every week we catch 2 fishes and we serve it to you. And this support goes on for a lifetime. How many of you would think that something like this, the reinforcement, the involvement from the coaches, would actually help you to go a lot further in your trading journey? How many of you actually prefer this? How many of you like this? Can you type yes in the chat if you like this? All right. Thank you. Now, every single week, right, we send out the 2 stocks over here. Okay, just to be what is this? Every single week we send out 2 stocks just to have full transparency lah, to let you know how our selection have performed. All right. So what you are looking on screen right here is the records from 2022. All right. So what is the purpose and why am I doing this? How many of you want to know why am I maintaining a record of all the stocks that we have picked up? How many of you want to know why? Can you type why in the chat? How many of you want to know why? The reason why we do so is number one, to promote accountability. Number two, to also keep track of our own performance. Because when we send out the stocks, right, we don't just, I don't want just to be one of the other communities, all others, and you learn already, you can do it yourself. For me, is I want to be here. I want to be involved in your trading, and I want to know, I also want to send you okay, these are the trades that I'm looking at, and if you can take the trades together, fulfilling, sticking to the AEP framework, then we take it together. If we can't, if there is no trigger, then I don't take lah. So from 2022 onwards, what I did was every single week, our selection, we got 2 selections, I just take note of them. So do you agree? You can be lucky in a short period of time. Yes? Meaning, well, when the market is just moving up, you will be lucky. Maybe 2-3 months, you can be very lucky in a short streak of time. But to repeat this selection, in fact, if you ask me, this is stressful. Why? Well, I got reputation to upkeep. If this one buang, then how? Then all the students will kind of throw eggs at me already, right? So what we do is throughout 2023, I show you the whole year statistics last year. Whole year, last year, total selection 109. 74 of them went ahead and got to the next stage where we took the trade because they followed the framework. So what we do here is, number one, we identify the stocks with potential, but step two, we still have to see whether they fulfill the rules. If the rules are not fulfilled, then there is no trade. Out of the 74 trades that we identified in 2023, 54 went on to be a winning trade. We close out 19 of them as losses. All right. I think it's 20. Yeah. So 20 are losses. The win rate is 73% over a course of the whole year. And every time we win 6% on average. Our average gain is about 6%. Average loss is about minus 5%. So guys, let me ask you this. With a 73% win rate over a year, over 1 year, is this good or no good? Can you just let me know what is your honest opinion? Do you think this is good or no good? Over a year. If you think this is good, I'll show you this year. This year, this is what happened. This is 2024. Total selection 50. This year, we are a lot more selective. Quite a number of trades didn't went on to have the trigger stage. So out of the 50 that we selected, we only took 28 of them. Of the 28, right? Out of the 28 that we went in on, 23 is a winning trade. 5 losing trades. The win rate is 82%. The average win and the average loss still remains largely similar. Now, this is what this year I also a bit scared, like, 80%. And this is all the way to what? All the way to the first half of this year. Including first half of this year, including April. You can see April, March, where the market went down, right? No doubt, we took some losses. All right? No doubt we took some losses. For sure, we don't have anything evergreen. So when the market went down, I also took some losses. But thereafter, when the market recovered, the key is we recovered from there as well. So total for just start of this year, 23 winning trades, 5 losing, 82% win. So this is what really, this year I think we did not bad. All right. So here is what you will get when you join the program. Number one, you will get lifetime access to the Facebook group. The weekly trade ideas, all the weekly, the weekly trade calls, all this will be sent to you. And then you also be invited to join a Telegram channel. This is a one-way news dispersal. Okay, I just highlight this to you. One-way news dispersal channel. The key idea where you want to have your Q&A, when you want to have your trade discussion, that's all happening in the Facebook group. 4 times a year minimally, we have live market updates and market webinar. This one all will be posted in your Facebook group, for you all to attend as well. Within the program, you will definitely get this trading plan template, which is answering what I believe Charlene is asking just now. How do we know what's the TP, right? Because if you key in exactly what I shared with you here. This is like a semi-automated trading plan. Immediately, you will know where is your entry price. You will know where is your target. That's what I have prepared for you within the program itself. So what is your journey? Your journey today. Your journey today is once after you enroll, all right? Immediately after you enroll, then you will have access, immediate access to it. And once you have the access, I will give you a couple of weeks time to go and do your learning. And then thereafter, right, you come back for live trading sessions with me. So this is where I don't just learn, you don't just learn, but you also come back and I will give you, as part of what we have in this AAP program, 2 live trading sessions as a bonus for you as well. And thereafter, you will be kept inside the Facebook group for lifetime. And that's where the support, the reinforcement will be. So this is really, really gunning for your success, your journey. So just now, you guys mentioned that you are looking at this opportunity. You're staring down at this Q3 opportunity where we have interest rates, where we have the presidential election. That's in Q4. So half year from now, all these things are happening. And if you want to take action, I think you will agree that you have to take action now. And money don't just drop from sky. How long do you need to go and, how long will you need to go and access, to go and learn? It will take a few weeks. And then with the reinforcement together with my community, my coaches, myself, then that's where you will be ready for this opportunity in time to come. All right. Is everyone clear? So far, so good. Can you just type good in the chats? Roger, does the weekly report gives the reason or the catalyst why it will be traded? It just fulfills that setup, all right? Because all those that we sent out, that tool that we selected, are all those that will fulfill the setup already. Currently, maybe on the setup portion is still a big question mark, but once you are in the program, you have absolute clarity on what the setup is, because that's during lesson 10 and 12. So when you see the setup, then we give the stocks to you, and then you just see the setup from there. All right. So any estimate time, when will it be live trading? We will hold. I will give you a couple of weeks. I will host it in August. All right. I will host it in after NDP in August. I will host it there. So the email will be sent out, live trading session 1 and 2. It will be sent out through there. All right. So yeah, Twist Bioscience, Boon Kiat, this is using AAP framework as well. So again, we are capturing this kind of few days. Okay. June 5th of June, we are capturing this kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days type of movement. So I'm not looking at long-term investment. I'm not looking at short-term intraday. This is what we all look at. My students and I, this is what we trade. This is what we look at. All right. So the next question is, Jay, how much does it cost you? How much will it cost me to attend this and, to be a part of your lifetime community? So I'm going to make it an absolutely no-brainer for you. All right. For those of you that are sitting on a fence, considering it, can I just have a show of hands, or rather, can you just have me type in a chat if you are considering it? How many of you are actually considering it? Can you type I in the chat so that at least I know who am I speaking to? How many people are actually considering it? Can you just help me type it in the chat so that at least I know who is who? Okay, great. What I will do for you is I will give you an absolutely no-brainer that one trade you can recover kind of enrollment. Why? Because I kid you not, to me, this is really like a side income to me. All right. It's not like it's a main income or what. Even Alex is in the program. So if you just look at the students trade, I mean, don't look at Winston is really if you look at for example, Chai Sing's trade, all right, $587. One trade. You catch one trade, 1 month, you catch one trade, or the first trade you capture in this amount, I'm very sure you, in no time, you will just cover back your cost fee. So what I will do for you is this. For those of you that are considering it, I will give you an absolutely no-brainer where I'm going to cut the price to 497 Singapore dollars. You divide that by just 1 year, 365. That is just $1 and what? $1.30. right? That's just literally $1.30 in every day. So what is $1.30? You can get 吊盒. You go to kopitiam, right? You get the 吊盒. 吊盒 means what? The teh kosong that Lipton tea thing $1.30. That's how much the kopitiam are charging now. So if you would like to be better 6 months from now, what is the cost? The cost is $1.30 a day. That's it. And this is all lifetime value, only at 497 Singapore dollars. One-time payment. I don't charge any subscription. What do you need? You need TradingView. TradingView, you can use the free one as well. Your trading platform, you can use any of the trading platform that you like. Or if you don't have, we will introduce to you which one I'm using. That's what I will do. And these are all the things that you'll get. And I must stress on this. This is lifetime access. All right. Okay, so Alex, any Q&A? So Gerard, yes, you see, sure got people ask on any recurring annual charges after the sign up. Alex, can you please help me answer this? You've been in
So
there for
this
many
is
years.
Gerard. So this is a one-time fee. So it's a 497 Sing dollars. It's a one-time fee. There's no recurring fee. Okay. All right. So let me just post the link in the options. Okay. Okay. Sorry. The question is the options one. The rig song. Any options trade? You want to answer that, Jay?
Okay, so in this program, what my focus is on the underlying stock. Plus, I will be using CFD as the main choice or the main instrument. I will not be covering options within this. All right, because the key here is to really focus on the stock, where option just comes in as an instrument. There is no point learning options if you don't know what stock are you going to apply on, the direction bias that you're going to apply on the stocks itself. I think that is more important. All right. Thank you. So Joe, what platform do I recommend? Platform as in what? Charting? Charting use TradingView. That's the best. If you are talking about broker, any Singapore regulated broker, that all those you can use. I'm not like, oh, you must use this one. I mean, I got some that I prefer that I use it myself. Like, for example, I use Philip Securities. I use City Index as a CFD broker, as an underlying stock broker. That's what I use. But if you got existing broker, you're using CMC, you're using IG, still can use. I don't care. Just you can use one. All right. So, David, what is TBB that I showed in one of the table? TBB is one of the other strategies that the last time I had an enrollment for that program was in 2021. So that is part of the lifetime upkeep for like my promise. Like you see, when I got no more intake for that program, right? Which is the TBB program, I got zero intake already, no more intake there. But I still upkeep my promise to them, which is to support the stocks that the trade calls that I'm sending to them every week. So this is a testament to what I'm giving to you here. Even though that program has been closed for enrollment, then I still support them. That's what the TBB is for. It's just another program. All right. So Matthew, is it suitable for a beginner who is complete beginner in this? Okay. So now my question to this, right? Matthew, in fact, to open to the whole floor as well, I want to ask you this. Guys, today, through my explanation, does it give you a certain form of clarity? How many of you feel that, through the way that I explain is logical and you can understand? How many of you think so? Can you type me in the chat if you think so? Matthew, do you think so? So if you have no problem understanding what and how the way that I narrate and I explain to you today, in the program that is being taught by me. So in the program, I don't think you have any issues because I start all the way from how do we approach the stock market, then we break down into bite-sized, steps along the way. So I do think I have a skill, if I may say so myself, to break down complicated things into layman understandable terms lah. So that's what I do lor. So Matthew, is it suitable? Yes, we do start from the basics as well. So don't worry.
Okay, so let's focus on the Q&A tab. But just now I promised that question we'll focus on the Q&A tab. So if you have more question, okay, don't worry, okay, just post it in the Q&A tab. So we'll answer them one by one. All right. So I think we go through some of the questions that I think Jay has already answered. Right, is the program for trading stocks, CFD options. I think Jay just now already answered that question already.
Yes.
Okay. David, I think TBB also
also.
answered already. Caroline, okay, live trading, is it recorded? The answer is yes. Okay, it'll be recorded. So yeah, so no worries if you can't really attend it live. It is recorded, so you can play back at any time you want. Jessica, do you have to pay for the next upgrade or is it the cost you pay? So I think he mentioned many times already, this is only a one-time fee,
For the
497.
AEP,
Okay,
yes.
one-time fee. Anything to add to Jessica question, Ajay?
No. As in within AEP, within the AEP itself, within the this program itself, there's nothing to upgrade. There's nothing for you to subscribe. So it is really just one time cost. Roger, is there a PayPal payment mode? Unfortunately, no. But my payment processor is using Stripe. So I don't store any data on my end one. If that's your concern, yeah, but that one is we are using Stripe. So I don't store any data on my end. Chen
Okay,
Xiang,
Chen
what
Xiang, yeah.
indicator do I use on trading view? Okay, the thing with AEP, right? I don't use any indicators. Now that's interesting, right? How does J trade without any indicators? This is what we use in AEP. We focus a lot more on price action rather than looking for confluence of technical indicator. And then at the end of the day, right? If you understand technical indicators, they are all derived from calculations from open, high, low, close of the prices. So if the open, high, low, close prices can tell us something, the information that we need, why do we need to look at the why do we need to look at indicators? So I don't use any indicator on where this AEP is concerned. All right. So Matthew, will there be support to reach me? Of course, you'll be added to the Facebook group. You can tag me in there, and we'll also provide email support. And yeah, my coaches are in there. I'm in there. In fact, Alex is in there as well. Alex is there for uh many years already. I think, bro, you in there for how many years?
Me, I
Two,
think
three
since
years.
you start, I think 2021, is it?
Oh yeah. You're also in the ETBB also.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So Roger
Let
is asking, right, I'm on the site, okay, where to put the promo code. So maybe for the benefit of all the people, for those who are interested, okay, this is very important. If you don't key in the coupon code, right, okay,
yes.
you'll pay 997. So don't hold your horses. Okay, I know you are very interested, but let Jay show you where to put the coupon code in case you don't know where is it.
Okay. So if you go to the enrollment site, yeah. Come on. Oh, I typed wrongly. Bitly. Yes. Okay, so this is the checkout page. Guys, once you have checked out already, right? Okay, once you have checked out this page, just let it load. Okay, so once you have checked out this page, then there's a coupon code there. Once the coupon code MIVS0724, just click apply. Okay, please click apply. Then once you apply, you will see the price drop from 997 to 497. Now, once you have enrolled, I just want to highlight to you, once you have enrolled, you will be automatically fired an email. So please do check your email, whatever email that you have entered there. Please check your email. And in the email itself, you will find the link, the access to the portal already. All right. So if you don't see the email in your inbox, then please go and look for under spam or junk. If not, it should be under your promotion tab if you are using Gmail. So it usually ends up in there if it's not in your inbox. So do go and check it. All right. Do go and check it. You should be able to automatically receive it immediately. All right. Okay, great. Floor, is there any training on market structure? I think that's on technical analysis lah. I do break down the market using technical analysis. There are a few lessons on that within this program. So Chen Xiang, do I look at US stocks? The answer is yes. I don't look at Hong Kong and Singapore stocks because, as you know, okay, my honest opinion for Singapore stocks, it just goes sideways and sideways, and it's just choppy sideways lah. There is no flow there's no money flow into this region, this market. So my focus, especially in the context of this program, yes, is on US stocks. All right. I don't look at commodities, I don't look at FX. So support is on Facebook. Chan, support is on Facebook and email. The Telegram is a one-way channel. You cannot reply anything through that. It's on Facebook and email. That's it. The other is two directional. Yes, you are right. Means you can ask question live you can type it and give us time to reply lah. It's not like a chat function lah. It's not like a WhatsApp lah. So if you post something on Facebook, you give us reasonable time to reply. Usually at night we will see, then we'll reply you lah. All right. So don't expect a chat function ah. Oh, I type immediately got reply. We are not camping there. I don't have a full-time staff, so don't do that to me, okay? Nope. Okay, done. Roger, until when the promo code? Alex, you want to clarify that?
Yeah, so because this is the booster session for the Market Insights Virtual Summit, right? So after this session, right, and then plus the replay, we have officially ended, the whole campaign for the Market Insights Virtual Summit. So we'll end the coupon code end next Saturday, okay, on the 3rd of August lah. So just give it for 1 week, and plus those who are watching the replay, so give them some time, okay? So until the 3rd of August. All right, so Chan, again, the program cover both FA and TA. This program only on the US stocks, right?
This is only on US stocks. Does it cover TA? Yes. Does it cover FA? No. Why? Okay. The reason why we don't cover TA is because I'm looking at 1 to 3 weeks, which is 5 trading days to 15 trading days. What kind of FA will change in these 5 to 15 days? Nothing will change in these 5 to 15 days. So am I looking at FA? No, I don't care about FA. I'm just looking to trade. I'm not holding it for investment. So this is where, right, I think I want to touch on this misconception where, oh, we need to have FA, we need to have TA. I think, yeah, we need to have each of the analysis methodologies in their respective time frame. If we are looking at longer term, fundamental will matter more. Technical, maybe just the trigger. But if you're looking at shorter term, technical actually weighs a lot more than the fundamentals because fundamentals don't change. The fastest it changes every quarter. And I'm looking at 1 to 3 weeks, so I don't care about the fundamentals. All right, thank you for the question.
Have you answered the question by Chen Xiang, the impact on the USD versus the other major currency one?
No. So
Okay, yeah.
what is my impact on USD versus other major currency? Impending rate cut. I'm not really a currency trader, but generally, when there is a rate cut in the rate cuts on the horizon, the strength of the USD would be weakening. I mean, it's a long-term cycle lah. Just like when interest rate goes up, USD actually strengthens. But when interest rate goes down, USD will weaken. All right. I'm not exactly a currency trader. I don't really trade Forex, but hopefully that answers your question. So that is the thought where through the rate cuts, USD will gradually weaken. That's what is happening. Yeah. All right. Good.
All right, that is answered as well. So I don't see any question coming into the Q&A tab. So once again, in case you are wondering, okay, this is just a one-time fee, 497. Please insert the coupon code.
Yes.
Okay. I posted the link once again in the chat as well. Any other question, okay, for Jay regarding the market, regarding the course, okay, before we call it the end of the day for this session?
Yep. So guys, if you got any question, just please do ask me. All right.
So for those who have signed up already, okay, just type me in the comments, especially those who are newly joined to the AEP program. I think just now I saw a few, right, say already joined already, right?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Okay.
All
right, good, fantastic. Laura, that's Laura, but she sent it to the host and panelists, so the rest of you can't see. Okay, yeah.
Yes. Great.
Matthew An just joined.
Thank you,
Okay,
Matthew.
any other question? For those who just joined, okay, not to worry, just take your time to go through the program because I'm inside. Okay, take your time. Any question, you can post it in the Facebook group as well. And the coaches like Jay, Min Han, and Ben, and some of them will also answer your question as well. Okay, and then once again, to reiterate, the live trading session, okay, will be in August, right? So this is because Jay want you to actually take some time to really understand the curriculum, the training module here, before we go into the live trading session. And once again, the live trading session, it will be recorded. So not to worry if you think that, hey, what happens if I can't join the live trading session? Everything is recorded, so you can play at your own preferred timing as well. Okay, So once again, I don't see any question already. So just nice, okay. We exceeded by 15 minutes, but I think that is very, very good already. Normally you can go more than 2 hours, that kind of thing. Okay, so once again, thank you so much, Jay, for your sharing to that again. So again, you can see that Jay always, do the top-down approach, okay, see what the market is doing, then find the sectors, and then find the individual stock to trade. And for those who want to know how Jay actually entered, okay, the trade, right, to find the stock to trade, then of course you have to enroll into his AEP program now. So once again, 497 one-time fee, and that's it. All right. So with that, thank you so much for joining us for tonight's session. And last thing, okay, the coupon code is valid until the 3rd of August. So if you're thinking sitting on the fence, okay, do join before the 3rd of August. So with that, that's the end of the session. Okay, I think there is last minute question coming in. Okay, is AEP your only program?
Okay, Zhang Ling, is AAP my only program? The answer is no. The answer is no. I do have other programs, which is not necessary. You don't have to think about that. AEP is literally as a standalone. I'm not that kind that, in a program, let's say here you only learn three things, then all the others are just outside of this. I don't do things like that.
Yeah.
This is a standalone by itself, of which if you use whatever that is there from that, the lesson 1 to lesson 15, it will be good to apply as a standalone. So you don't have to think about. So the question, if I can reframe it, is just like, if let's say you walk into a car showroom, right? You walk into a car showroom, you are looking at model A, model B, model C. And you're asking, oh, as a car manufacturer, do I only sell one? Do I only have one model? The answer is no. Obviously, I have different models, and then which one should you be looking at? It really depends on the situation that you are in. Which in this case, as an AAP, I can assure you this is a standalone, that you don't have to go and think of, oh, I must upgrade. If not, I get half the car. I only got a steering wheel. That's it. This is not my. This
Yeah,
is
lah.
not
So
my.
basically, you buy this, you're buying the full car. Like, Jay won't tell you that, hey, you buy the car, thank you for purchasing, but it doesn't come with wheels. So you have to buy 4 wheels in order to drive the car. It doesn't work that way. Lah. So for that
Yes.
seven, you get everything standalone because I'm inside also. Lah. So it's a full structured program.
Yeah.
Okay. For the live trade, Chan is asking, may I know which day and time?
This one we will announce it via the email, and we will send it through the email to you. Once we have finalized the dates. We are likely looking at the start of the week. So once everything finalized. I don't have the schedule right now. Once it's finalized, yeah, you will be notified via email.
But it's definitely Monday to Friday lah, and evening
Confirm
time lah.
confirm.
Or
The
cannot be
time the
Saturday and
time
do
will
live trade because
be
the market not open lah. So Chan.
yeah, the time will be 8
Yeah.
p.m. So it is confirmed 8 p.m., but I just have to settle the day.
Rick is asking in the chat, when will we be included in the Facebook community and the Telegram channel?
Okay, so once you have access to the portal, then inside all the links within the portal itself, you have all the links that are already there. So what you need to do is to follow the links. You click on it, then of course we will ask you a few questions lah to verify that you are our graduate. So please do give us your the questions that we ask for to verify, and my team will allow you in as early as tomorrow, because now it's nearing to 10 p.m. They are off already. So sorry, starting from tomorrow, you can get access to all this. Like, we will approve lah. So you apply first, and then we'll approve it tomorrow. All right. Thank you. Thank you,
Roger
Rick.
said, how long has this program been going? I think since 2022, is it? Or 2021, 2022?
Yeah, 2022. Yes. From
Yeah.
2022.
So that answer your question for Roger.
Yes.
Chan, yes, that's what I mentioned already. So all the live trading, everything, right, will be recorded. So not to worry, huh?
Yeah, the recording is not put in Facebook, but inside the portal lah. If you're talking about live trading, that one will be sent out to you via the email. All right. So Chan, thank you. So
Okay, so I think with that, thank you once again, Jay, for answering the question and your sharing for today. Once again, 3rd of August, the coupon code will last until that date. Okay, with that, thanks so much for staying with us till the end of this session. So once again, thank you and have a good evening ahead, and bye-bye.
thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Goodbye.
and bye-bye. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Bye.